Morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the end of the world order. The world order America built after World War II is crumbling. But here's the twist. It's not a rival superpower causing the collapse. It's goddamn America itself. Trump is throwing out the old playbook, cutting ties, ending trade deals, and putting America first like never before. Some say he's dismantling decades of global leadership. He says he's building something even stronger. But what's the reality? Is this a calculated move to keep America on top? Or are we witnessing the fall of U.S. dominance? In this video, we're going to explain why Trump is pulling back from NATO, how his economic war is reshaping global trade, and whether the U.S. is abandoning its allies or just forcing them to stand on their own. And that's just the beginning. Stick around until the end, because what we uncover next might prove we've already passed the point of no return. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe for more hard-hitting geopolitical analysis. And if you really want to support the channel, check out the links below. Let's break it down. For decades, America played global referee, keeping trade open, ensuring military security, and underwriting a system that made the U.S. the most powerful country in the world. But Trump sees that system as a scam, one where the U.S. pays the bills while others benefit. So now, he's tearing it apart. After World War II, the U.S. built institutions like NATO, the WTO, and the IMF to stabilize the world, keep trade flowing, and contain the Soviet Union. It was an expensive strategy, but in return, the U.S. dominated global finance, controlled supply chains, and set the rules of the world economy. But times have changed. China isn't just a manufacturing hub, it's a global competitor. Europe isn't a dependent ally, it's pushing its own agenda. And Trump, he's done paying the bills for a system that he believes benefits everyone except the U.S. America isn't here to manage the world anymore. America is here to win. Now let's talk about NATO. Trump has made his stance on NATO clear. America is not Europe's bodyguard. He's demanded that European countries pay their fair share or risk losing U.S. military protection. And this isn't just talk. Trump has already pulled troops out of Germany, reduced commitments in the Baltics, and hinted that NATO itself might be on the chopping block. For decades, NATO has been the backbone of Western security. It was designed to counter Russian aggression. But what if the U.S. steps back? Europe would be forced to defend itself, build its own military power, and most critically, it would have to negotiate with Russia on its own terms. Meanwhile, Putin is watching, waiting, and betting that NATO's unity won't survive without U.S. backing. And if you think that's a shift, wait until you see what's happening on the economic front. Because Trump isn't just reshaping military alliances, he's rewriting global trade itself. Trade is where Trump's transformation of the world order becomes undeniable. For decades, globalization made the U.S. rich. American companies outsourced production, cut costs, and sold goods worldwide. But it also hauled out American manufacturing and made the U.S. dependent on foreign supply chains. Trump is reversing all of that. He's launched tariffs on China, Mexico, Canada, and even Europe. He's forcing companies to reshore production and bring back jobs to the U.S. He's throwing out the old rulebook of free trade and replacing it with hard-edge economic nationalism. The message is clear. If you want to sell in America, you better make it in America. As far as results go, China's already scrambling to find new markets. Mexico is suddenly America's most important manufacturing hub. And Europe is caught in the middle, forced to choose between the U.S. and China in a battle that will decide the future of the global economy. But here's the thing. While Trump is tearing down trade deals and reworking alliances, something even bigger is happening behind closed doors. Trump doesn't play by the old Cold War rules. He's met with Putin, he's made deals with Xi Jinping, he's even pushed for diplomacy with North Korea. And while his critics say he cozies up to dictators, his supporters argue that he's doing what every U.S. president should be doing. Negotiating. And negotiating from a position of strength. The Western alliance that held the world together for decades is shifting. Europe is distancing itself from the U.S., Canada is exploring new trade routes, and countries like Saudi Arabia and India, they're hedging their bets, working with both the U.S. and its rivals. Trump isn't trying to preserve the old world order. He's building a new one where America deals with power, not principles. And so that brings up the next question. Is Trump's strategy putting America in a stronger position, or is he setting the stage for something far more dangerous? Is America retreating from the world stage, or is it repositioning itself for a new era of dominance? Hey, if Trump's vision succeeds, the U.S. won't be the world's policeman anymore. It'll be a self-sufficient economic powerhouse, cutting deals on its own terms. But if it fails, the world order will collapse, alliances will break, and global instability will rise. And the shocking part, we might already be past the point of no return. What do you think? Is Trump making the right move, or is America giving up its global power? Drop a comment below. This is Frank for America's Geopolitics. See you next time.